somebody forged your name on a title. Hey there, my name is Bart Baggett. I'm a forensic handwriting expert, and we deal with titles and deeds and contracts all the time where your name was forged and now you don't have a car. So if someone forged your name on a title, here's a couple of steps to help you get your car back, get your trailer back, get the deed of the house back, etc. First of all, both the handwriting and the signature needs to be analyzed on the back of that title. Now, most titles to cars and motorcycles are on a special paper called a title. And the state, whether you live in California or Texas or New York, will mail you a title. So if you possess that title, you own the car, which is why you don't leave the title in the glove box, right? Because someone steals a car, they got your title. So you need to get a copy of that title from the state. If you can get the original, it makes our job a lot easier because then we can look at everything under a microscope. If you don't have the original, then whatever copy you have is going to have to do. Most courts have the best evidence law, which means that, yes, we don't have the original, but it's the best evidence. We're going to go ahead and determine the trier of fact anyway, which means they're going to figure out the truth. So first of all, get the original if you can. Figure out who you think could have forged it. You probably have a narrative of who owns the car or owns the boat or owns the motorcycle. Then bring all that to a handwriting expert and get an official opinion. You're looking for a forensic document examiner or a forensic handwriting expert. Those three terms will generally get you someone like me that's been to court 115 times, that's qualified and court certified and blah, 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 blah. So you need somebody that's been to court, that's court certified and court qualified so that they can look at that title and make a determination based on science that your signature was forged. Now, they're not always going to be able to determine who did the forgery, but you know, a judge is pretty smart. If that guy's got your boat and that guy's handwriting is on it, but your signature's on it, he'd be able to figure out who might be responsible. Now, the last two steps are pretty simple. They're not fun, though. You need to go file a police report that your title has been forged and your boat has been stolen, even if you still have possession of it. And you have to contact the DMV, the Department of Motor Vehicles. Now, that could be in California, it's called the DMV. In other states, it's basically Department of Transportation, because you need to let them know that now that title or that vehicle doesn't belong to you anymore. Because if someone kills somebody in a car that belongs to you, you could be liable. You could be liable, and insurance may have to pay that claim. So if you no longer have possession of the boat or the car or anything else, you need to let the DMV know. I've seen people fight over cars for years. Literally steal the car from one house and go hide it in a shed in another part of the state. I've seen this happen between marriages and everything else. The police may not get involved because it's a marriage dispute or it's communal property or it's your brother-in-law, but the courts will. So if you want to sue your brother-in-law because he forged your title and he stole your boat, you can sue him. You have someone like me, a forensic handwriting expert, come in and say, hey, I've looked at all this independently and I believe, yes, John's signature was forged. Therefore, this was not a valid transaction. We've literally done this on $20,000 motorcycles, on trailer houses, to cars, and of course, things like deeds and real property is the most common because you're talking about houses that are $1 million, $5 million. That's important if somebody, hey, grandma gave me the house. Did she though? Did grandma give you the house? Grandma told everybody else that they were going to share that house when she passed away. But now, Janet, she's definitely the least favorite niece. Why did Janet get the house? Well, because maybe the transfer of title was forged. Maybe the warranty deed was forged. That's why you pay $1,000 or $2,000 to a handwriting expert to write that letter, and then another couple $1,000s to show up in court to make sure that you get that house back or your family gets the property back because grandma didn't deed it to her. That was a forged document. Only way to beat a forged document is to get a expert in forensic document examining to write a letter and testify on your behalf. Remember, you can't hire them to just say what you want. They are going to tell the truth. If that's not forged, they're not going to testify for you. But if it was forged, they will testify that it is not your signature. Most expert witnesses are not for hire, meaning they're not for sale. You can hire them, but they're going to be really honest about whether or not Jack wrote that signature. If Jack did write the signature, they're going to say, dude, Jack wrote the signature. Your granddad did leave the house to Janet. I'm just here to tell the truth as an expert witness, which is why the judges and the juries like me, because I am not a hired gun. So if someone did forge your name, call one of us. We'll be glad to help you. It should be links on the website here. Go to handwritingexperts.com, pick someone in your area. You probably don't need a local person. Most everything we do now is via PDF files and electronic files. But if there is an original, you need someone to look at a microscope, we'll be glad to send someone to your location to look at it under a microscope. My name is Bart Baggett. I'm a forensic handwriting expert. I've been doing this 30 years, been to court over 100 times. We have seen this more than you would like to expect. People forging titles, forging deeds. It's more common than you expect, and it's usually one of your family members. Isn't that a bummer? Good to talk to you. My name is Bart Baggett. Hit subscribe and like. Go to the website, handwritingexperts.com or handwritingexpertusa.com. Give us a call. We will refer you to one of our experts, and good luck with your forgery case.